I'm going to start out here with some breaking news and what's been a developing story for us here this morning. Crews are out in Tuscola right now at a fire. It's engulfed a home. Some video here. A crew got back to us here about 5:15 or so this morning. All started though about 3 a.m. The home is at 190 Steamboat Drive. Scanner reports earlier this morning speculating that fire may have been started by a lightning strike, or waiting on word from authorities this morning to confirm that. We've been told at this point crews are just let this fire burn itself out because it was just too intense to try and fight it. Stay with us as we do try and get more information here for you this morning. Again, no injuries reported, so that's some good news, but definitely a total loss there with that home as a fire engulfed the home out there in Tuscola area and Steamboat Drive. So we'll have the latest for you throughout the morning. Abilene fire crews resting after taking on a big fire off of Pine Street right around midnight. That's new this morning. Happened about the 4,000 block of Pine. You can see here from our video shot just overnight how large that fire was. As we're told, it spread to at least 2 buildings and a storage shed. Right now, it's unclear if those buildings were commercial or possibly residential. At least 27 firefighters were out fighting those flames. The fire's now out, but investigation is underway as to what may have caused the blaze. We'll have more information as it does become available. Of course, stay with us or just go to our website, KTXS.com, for the latest.
Getting the facts and tracking storms across Abilene, Brownwood, and the Big Country. This is KTXS This Morning, broadcasting in high definition.
Is it time for change? Or look at what may need to be done at the deadly Ranger Hill. We get a first look at the man authorities say was behind the deadly shooting spree in Concho County. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us for KTXS This Morning. 6:30 now on Thursday, May 30th. I'm Mari Cockrell. Let's go over first to Julie Phillips. She's been tracking some storms out there this morning. Things seem to be calming down, though, right, Julie?
Yeah, things have calmed down quite a bit. Around, I'd say, 1:30, 2:30, we started to see a few storms popping up just to the south and east of Abilene. Those have all since dissipated, and a few of us got a good amount of rainfall. Unfortunately, though, those storms stayed over the same area, so most of us missed out on the rain and just had a bit of a light show off to the south and east of town. Waking up now, though, we've got temperatures in the lower 70s. It's still breezy out there. South winds continuing at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Can't seem to get rid of this wind. It's going to stick with us all day long. Should see some peaks of sunshine, though, by your lunch hour. Temperatures should be able to reach into the mid-80s and then top out in the mid-90s later on today. So temperatures really going to jump up a bit with more sunshine around, those strong south winds. And we bring in just a slight chance of storms again this afternoon, but the risk of severe weather has definitely come down. So we'll keep our severe weather tracker in the low risk range. Doesn't mean we can't see an isolated severe storm, but the overall severe weather risk we'll keep at low and explain more on your full forecast later on.
All right, thank you, Julie. I want to start out here with some breaking news and what's been a developing story for us here this morning. Crews are out in Tuscola right now at a fire. It's engulfed a home. Some video here. A crew got back to us here about 5:15 or so this morning. All started though about 3 a.m. The home is at 190 Steamboat Drive. Scanner reports earlier this morning speculating that fire may have been started by a lightning strike, or waiting on word from authorities this morning to confirm that. We've been told at this point crews are just let this fire burn itself out because it was just too intense to try and fight it. Stay with us as we do try and get more information here for you this morning. Again, no injuries reported, so that's some good news, but definitely a total loss there with that home as a fire engulfed the home out there in Tuscola area and Steamboat Drive. So we'll have the latest for you throughout the morning. An update this morning on that Concho County shooting spree over the weekend. This image here of Lance Corporal Esteban Smith has now been released. Smith was from North Carolina, and authorities are saying that Smith had no known ties to Texas. No one's sure right now why he traveled 1,300 miles from his active duty station at Camp Lejeune and went on the shooting spree. It killed 1 woman and injured 5 others, including the sheriff of Concho County. Smith's wife was also found dead in North Carolina. Learning this morning that TxDOT may soon make changes to that dangerous area of Interstate 20 at Ranger Hill. Just this past Monday, 4 people died at an accident there. You might remember how an 18-wheeler crashed through the median barrier and hit 2 vehicles. Well, just 2 days earlier, another accident on Ranger Hill closed the interstate for several hours. Now TxDOT's considering raising the height of the barrier between the 2 lanes of traffic by 1 to 2 feet.
We're already working to identify funding to do that project. Currently, the barrier is about 33 inches tall, and we're looking at raising it to a height of between 42 and 54 inches, so that hopefully will make a difference.
And get this, Waldrop saying that there's actually been 5 fatal accidents at Ranger Hill in just the past 12 months. TxDOT's also considering lowering the speed limit there on the hill. A high-ranking elected official in Texas announcing that she will not be seeking re-election. Susan Combs, comptroller, announcing today, or yesterday I should say, that she is not seeking another term in 2014. Combs has been comptroller since 2007. She originally said that she would seek the lieutenant governor position before David Dewhurst announced that he does have intent to seek re-election, so we'll see how that turns out. Abilene police officer enjoying a well-deserved morning sleeping in today. Hopefully she doesn't see this right now, right? Officer Kathy Rhodes retired from APD now after 25 years of dedicated service. She was honored during a retirement ceremony yesterday. Officer Rhodes is known for many firsts at APD. She was the first female to work in the Criminal Investigations Division and the first female in Internal Affairs. That's just to name a few things.
I was very fortunate. I got to do a lot of different assignments, work some undercover, work for Criminal Investigation Division, do some internal affairs, lots of different things. It's been a very good and rewarding career.
Several other officers also recognized by the department with awards at that ceremony, so congrats to everyone. High school graduation for Abilene School District just a few days away here. Before the seniors cross that big stage, we want to introduce you to the valedictorians. Meg Pattons from Abilene High, Elizabeth West from Cooper, and Madeline Wydance from Adams. All of these ladies say that they do have some college plans, but first, here's how they say it feels to be a valedictorian.
It's an honor. I'm really honored to be recognized among all those students here, all my classmates, and there are some really intelligent people with me, so I feel really, I don't know, it's a good feeling.
I know that people are looking at me and I'm kind of setting the example for other people, so it's really exciting, but it's definitely pressure.
I'm very proud of myself for working hard and just doing what I have to do.
Okay, now get this. Madeline Wydance from Adams is actually a twin, and her sister Alexandra is a salutatorian, number 2 in her class. And also get this, the sisters are also number 1 and number 2 in their birth order. So who would have thought? Coming up, Shaquille O'Neal making his way from the basketball court to the soda manufacturing business. We have the details of his new line of beverage drinks here, and also a famous TV judge and some hot water over comments made when his mic was left on. Adam Levine clearing the air. The news continues for Abilene Snyder and Robert Lee on KTXS This Morning. Julie.
And we did have a few storms pop up just to the south and east of Abilene overnight. This photo was taken from Brandon Edwards' porch in near Potosi. You can see a great lightning strike there. We do still have slight storm chances in today's forecast. We'll go over all the details for you coming up next.
Getting the facts and tracking storms in high definition. This is KTXS This Morning with Maury Cockrow and meteorologist Julie Phillips. Tracking storms in high definition. This is KTXS This Morning. Now, your Storm Tracker HD forecast from meteorologist Julie Phillips.
And I think the best timing for those rain chances will come Saturday afternoon for the storms, and then possibly still a few showers lingering around on Sunday morning. Look for the low 90s as we head into next week. Murray.
Thank you, Julie. I'm like a kid in a candy shop this morning. It doesn't take a lot. But so excited to welcome the ladies here from the Abilene Quilters Guild. My friends Charla and Marla coming out here. And they're here to talk to us about the Abilene Quilt Show. It's coming up here next weekend. We got a lot to talk about this quilt too, but first, Charla, tell us about the show itself.
The show is June 7th and 8th. It's going to be 10 to 6 on Friday and 10 to 5 on Saturday.
Very nice.
It's a $5 admission, $6 actually. $6 admission, $5 for seniors.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Children under 12 are free.
Okay, so Friday and Saturday. Years before it had some Sunday shows, but decided to condense it. And there's also classes to get into. Are those filled up? I know those go pretty hot.
No, they're not.
Yes,
They're not.
we still have some openings.
Okay, very good. And we want to talk about the quilt itself too. Marla, tell us about what this beautiful work of art is.
Okay, it's really hard to say. I have to read this.
It's all right, it's right.
It's from Edita Sitar's book, Friendship, Strips, and Scraps.
Oh, it's beautiful. Well, when you have it hung up, it kind of gives a stained glass effect.
Yes.
It's a really beautiful quilt. And so what happens is that members of the Quilt Guild put this together for raffle.
Put it together, strip pieced it, ironed it, cut it into triangles. Darlene Spann assembled it to form the stars.
Yeah.
And Susan Tedford quilted it for us.
I wish people could see the points here. I mean, they're just perfect. It's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
If you're interested in maybe making this baby yours, you could buy some raffle tickets.
The raffle tickets are $6 for $5, $1 a piece, or $6 for $5.
Okay, you can get those at the door there.
At the door
as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'll be there because that is just a fun Saturday afternoon for me. And we hope you guys can head out there too. Again, June 7th and 8th. And great time at the Civic Center. And just $5, $6 to get in, not bad.
Yes, we'll have over 100 quilts, and we have many vendors.
Very nice. Oh yeah, you buy fabric. And the stash, the fabric stash. The last thing you need is more fabric. Thank you, ladies, for coming out.
Thank you.
All right. We have the highlights to last night's benefit concert, headlined by Oklahoma native Blake Shelton, next here in KTXS This Morning. And we're on the go. We have those free news and weather apps for all your mobile devices, bringing the latest facts and tracking storms wherever you go. Thanks for being with us. About 6:47 now. Blake Shelton welcomed a packed crowd to the Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City Wednesday night. Musicians from all genres were on hand to raise money for nearby communities there impacted by this month's tornadoes and lift a few spirits as well. Performers said, of course, that they were happy to lend their voices to the cause, and proceeds go to the United Way of Central Oklahoma to their tornado relief fund. Former NBA player Shaquille O'Neal recently partnered up with the folks at the Arizona Beverage Company to launch a new line of soda. He's calling them what else but Shaq sodas. The 4 flavors are strawberry cream, orange cream, vanilla cream, and get this, also blueberry cream. That could be interesting. 50 million of the Shaq soda cans will hit the market sometime here in June. And it's been reported that Shaq will get a small percentage of those wholesale sales. Adam Levine, does he really hate America? The Maroon 5 frontman was heard muttering, "I hate this country," Tuesday night after viewers ousted the 2 singers he's coaching on The Voice. Levine, who says he loves America, went on Twitter then and tweeted the definitions for the words misunderstand, lighthearted, humorless, and joke. But he did admit he was, quote, a little pissed off that Judith Hill and Sarah Simmons were voted off that singing competition. So clearly just perturbed. Here's something you might not know. Bravo talk show host James Lipton used to have a very different occupation. Back in the 50s, Lipton was a pimp in Paris. Lipton recently told Parade magazine that he got into that profession through a friend who was working as a prostitute. I don't know. Interesting. Lots of material to write about, though, I'm sure. All right, the host of this year's Primetime Emmy Awards is Neil Patrick Harris. CBS releasing a statement naming the Emmy Award-winning actor as host and producer of the award show. Harris hosted the Emmys once before in 2009. He says he couldn't be more honored and excited to return to that role. The show will air on Sunday, September 22nd from the Nokia Theater in LA. Don't forget, facts at your fingertips at our website, KTXS.com. We have a whole page of entertainment news. Just scroll down the bottom, click on entertainment. Next, our news to go and new information, the latest string of ricin letters later here on KTXS This Morning. Quite a week here for the Texas legislature. If anything, the fact that they're still going, right? Special session in session now. We go to our partners at the Texas Tribune, Alana Rocha, to get the latest on what is going on in Austin. So, Alana, how is this special session going?
Well, today starts 3 days of hearings. Today's in the Senate, the next 2 days in the House regarding redistricting and hearing from several different players as far as the maps that were drawn in 2011. Later, D.C. court said that they were intentionally discriminatory. So the maps that everybody went off the last election cycle in 2012, the governor's called them the lawmakers back to ratify those. So maybe they can move forward and get the elections off in 2014 off on time.
And this is the reason for the special session, correct? This alone?
Yes, it's the sole reason right now. The governor can always add more to the call, and lawmakers are currently filing bills, kind of trying to revive measures that didn't get through during the regular session, as far as maybe more money for transportation, drug testing, welfare applicants, abortion, different things running the gamut as far as the bills they're filing.
Okay, and remind us how the special session works. I believe it goes 30 days, correct?
Well, it can go 30 days.
Okay.
The governor and everybody is saying that this one might go 7 to 10 days. That's, again, though, if it only stays on redistricting. If they add these other topics, it could go as long as 30 days.
All right, we will see what happens. Maybe we'll get to talk to you next week, Alana. Maybe
all right, thank you.
You get a break. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, coming up here, a look at today's news to go for you. TxDOT considering raising the height of the barrier between the 2 lanes of traffic on Ranger Hill. 4 people died in an accident there just this Monday. TxDOT also considering lowering the speed limit on the hill as well. An image now of Lance Corporal Esteban Smith has been released. Smith accused of going on that shooting spree, killing one woman and injuring 5 others, including the sheriff of Concho County this weekend. A motive is still being investigated. And Abilene police officer Kathy Rhodes retiring now from APD after 25 years of dedicated service. She was the first female to work in the Criminal Investigations Division, among many other things there with APD. Congrats to her. Letters sent to the New York mayor and another man there have tested positive now for ricin. Letters were actually sent to New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg and the director of Mayors Against Illegal Drugs. A New York Police Department official said that the letter contained a threat to the mayor and also referenced the debate on gun laws. Ricin can be made from castor beans, and also a quantity as small as a grain of salt can be lethal if ingested, but no one injured in this case. President Obama picking a replacement for the head of the FBI. The likely replacement for Robert Mueller is James Comey. Comey served as Deputy Attorney General under President George W. Bush. If nominated and approved by Congress, he will replace the man who has led the FBI, for the past 12 years. FBI directors typically serve just a 10-year term, but President Obama asked Congress for a 2-year extension for Mueller. Julie.
We've got temperatures expected into the 90s this afternoon, from the low 90s in Brownwood to the mid to upper 90s in Sweetwater and Snyder. Stay with us. We've got more to come on KTXS This Morning next.
Crews are starting the cleanup out in West here this morning. That being funded by the First Baptist Church of West. The church committed $200,000 to the project out there. 2 homes have been cleared so far, but there's 50 unlivable homes in West that are slated for demolition. All right, so severe weather last night bringing in some unexpected guests to Abilene. Planes headed to DFW were diverted here to Abilene. At least 4 planes were grounded for a time here. Most of the storms, of course, moved on to the north and into Oklahoma, so those planes able to keep moving very soon. Take a look at this couple turning their plunge into marriage into more of a dumping. A bride and groom and their wedding party were posing for pictures on a dock when it flipped over. Now the video's gone viral. Watching this, the bride and groom are on their honeymoon now, but meanwhile the whole wedding party is able to see the humor in it. A bridesmaid, I know, it's a bridesmaid broke her humorous bone. We have decided, we've seen these happen. This is like the 3rd time I think we've seen this kind of video on a wedding pictures on a dock.
Yeah.
And so if your photographer suggests going on a dock, just don't do it.
Yeah, maybe unless you check the dock out ahead of time and see if they can hold your whole wedding party.
Just avoid it in general. Just stay away from any ponds or any large bodies of water, small bodies of water, pools. Just stay away.
Although, like I said, it's a story, though. You're never going to forget that day. If you were, you're going to forget it.
As long as the bride looks good, then that's okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it was right before the last
Something
picture.
Like
so.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully we don't get, well, we like to get wet with some rain out there, but
just a slight chance for it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great Thursday. Thanks for starting with us. We'll see you soon.